Forbidden Door has just ended, and after every show, after every pay-per-view, we have to ask ourselves, well, what just happened? So what did just happen? Well, AEW Cross, New Japan Pro Wrestling. What's the tally? What is the tally for the show? So we're going to start on the pre-show. We had 3 matches on the pre-show. Not going to really cover them much, but we had YOSHI-HASHI and Hirooki Goto versus QT Marshall and Aaron Solo. Goto and Hashi won. So that's a win for New Japan. We had Lance Archer versus Nick Comorato. Now, I'm not counting this match because they're currently both AEW performers, but Lance Archer spent a lot of time in New Japan, which is why this match is happening. And then in our final, actually, no, we have 4 matches on the pre-show. That's nuts. We have Swerve, Strickland, and Keith Lee taking on Yoshinobu, Kanemaru, and El Desperado. Desperado is very, very nice, but Swerve and Our Glory took this. And lastly, we had the Gunn Club and Max Caster taking on the DKC and Kevin Knight, Alex Coughlin, and Yuya Uemura. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Caster had a very beautiful rap. And right before the match started, Danhausen appeared on the screen to taunt the Ass Boys with a new song, and they ran to the back. So essentially it was Billy Gunn and Max Caster in a 4-2 handicap match, and they won. So AEW gets the win there. But on to the main show. Our first match of the evening was Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki versus Shota Umino, Wheeler Yuta, and Eddie Kingston. And essentially, the highlight of this match was the chop fest between Eddie Kingston and Suzuki. The crowd is very much into Suzuki, very much into Eddie, and they were the true highlights of the. I mean, everybody else did look very, very good, and the winner of this match would have the man advantage for Blood and Guts on Wednesday. But in the end, after a whole bunch of shenanigans, everybody really got to shine. Yuta hit Jericho with, I think, 6 straight German suplexes. The guy is going to be big. Going to be big. And Umino also shine as well. But Jericho, Sammy, Minoru won with Jericho hit the Judas Effect on Shota for the win. So this was a solid affair. Very, very much enjoyed it. And it went almost 20 minutes. Did it need to go 20 minutes? I really don't think so. Our next match was Roppongi Vice versus Jeff Cobb and the Great-O-Khan versus FTR with a winner take all for the IWGP and Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships. And man, this was fun. FTR are super over. Super over. And in the early beginning of the match, Dax got hurt. We don't know if it was real. We don't know if it was a shoot, whatever. But Dax got hurt, so essentially it was Cash Wheeler fighting by himself. And everybody here looked very much good, very much the part. And, I mean, Dax looked legitimately injured. Once he got hurt, the crowd's energy kind of just waned. And he was able to come back. He had the tape on his arm. Action really never ever slowed down, but FTR won, hitting the big rig on Rocky Romero. FTR are now the Ring of Honor, AAA, and IWGP Tag Team champions. Next up, we had the full rematch for the inaugural AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Malakai Black versus Pac versus Miro versus Clark Connors. This was First time I was seeing a Clark Connors. He looks like a baby Hangman Page, but the guy is good and the guy can go. He was definitely fun. He was definitely a big bright spot, and I thought it was really dope. I thought he showed a lot of potential. Pac really wanted a piece of Malakai Black. He really did. There was a part in the match where Miro was it Miro? I think it was Miro setting up a table on the barricade, and it was like a kid in the face. Watch the kid, and this was chaotic. This was fun. Clark Connors was really the unknown man here. He really didn't receive any recognition, any pop, any love. But as the match got going and he started getting more involved, he felt really less like an afterthought and a guy that belonged there, because he was the odd man out. I mean, everybody in the match had a minimum of 9 years plus experience on him, and I mean, he clearly wasn't going to win. The favorite was Miro, but Pac won. That kind of shocked a lot of people, because none of us really picked Pac winning this match. Next up, we had Sting, Darby Allin, and Shingo Takagi taking on the Young Bucks and Phantasmo. This was originally a fatal 4-way match, but it became a tag match because I forget his name. The young man that was supposed to be with Sting was sick. So they come out for the entrances, right? Except Sting's music plays and he's just not there. It's just, where's Sting? I mean, we just thought the Bucks attacked him. So the Bucks come out. Takagi comes out. Hikuleo, Bullet Club. Lights go out. Sting's in the rafters. Lights come back out. Lights go out. They go on. I'm high as shit. Lights go out. Lights go on. Sting's in the rafter. Lights go out again. Lights go back on. Sting is now on the top of the entrance ramp and just dives onto the Bullet Club. From here on out, it was very fun. The crowd really enjoyed this match. This went about 30 minutes, which is shocking because I'm used to matches with the Young Bucks going for a lot longer. But everybody just had fun. And El Phantasmo was good, y'all. If you ever never seen El Phantasmo, check him out. He brought a little bit of silly to the match. Since I thought I would never hear it, I only hear in wrestling. Unfortunately, Darby Allin has had his back rigged twice during this match. That's hilarious. This was fun. This is the match where it wasn't really going to be a technical masterpiece, but everybody was just going to have fun. And Sting, Darby Allin, and Takagi won after Sting ducked a BTE trigger, hit Phantasmo with the nips. Scorpion Death Drop, 1, 2, 3. Next up, we had the AEW Women's World Championship. Thunder Rosa defending against Toni Storm. This was the only women's match on the card. And like I said, y'all, I just needed these two ladies to just go out and just do their thing. Don't be beholden to anybody else. Just go out and do your thing. And guess what? They did their thing. This was a really good match. It was very solid. It was a handshake in the beginning out of respect, and it was deliberate. You see matches like this, they slowly are building. They're deliberate with their moves, their strikes, and their grapples, and that's what's going on with Toni and Rose. So they both are really like mini power wrestlers with technical skill. I mean, they're not the horses of the division like Abaddon, Nyla Rose, Jamie Hayter, but these two women can go and they know how to tell a story. This was, and the thing I like about this match was it wasn't a cool down match, and the crowd started out uninterested, but as the match got on and it grew and it grew and it grew, they had the crowd in the palm of their hand. And this was a traditional AEW match. like it was just there, but you knew it was good, and it was good. Storm was selling her arm. They kicked out of everybody move, but Rosa hit the final reckoning, which is Dustin Rhodes, her mentor's finisher. It's the twisting brainbuster. This was good. Didn't feel rushed. I wish it would have went a little bit longer, and I think they will fight again and have a really, really great match. Next up, we had the IWGP United States Championship. Juice Robinson was there with the belt that should be going to Will Ospreay, but Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy, man. For those of you that don't get Orange Cassidy, you're missing out, man, because this guy can work, this guy can go, this guy can tell a story. It started out great in the beginning, and this might so crazy. This might be my match of the night. They went heavy on the comedy early in the beginning. Cass hit his usual spots with the hands in the pockets and the kip up and the arm drags and DDTs, but once he gets serious and turn it on, it's like, yo, all right, I'm in for a fight. Will Ospreay, guys, one of the faces, one of the stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Counters upon counters, moves, and these guys really, really showed you what great wrestling looks like telling that story in the ring. Y'all should go check out this match. And Will Ospreay won with the Stormbreaker. After the match, Ospreay and Osceola began beating up Orange Cassidy until Katsuyori Shibata's music hits and he heads to the ring and he clears the ring, and the crowd loves it and they're going wild, and Shibata and Orange Cassidy have some fun. So expect a fight for the IWGP United States Championship with Will Ospreay, with Shibata, with Juice Robinson. This was such a great match. Yeah. Next up, we had Zack Sabre Jr. taking on essentially Bryan Daniels' replacement and the person who will be the newest member of the Blackpool Combat Club. And who was it, folks? It was none other than Claudio Castagnoli. If you don't know who that is, for you mainstream wrestling fans, that is Antonio Cesaro from WWE, but he was Claudio Castagnoli first before he went to the E. And Claudio almost won his match, and he just hit Zack Sabre Jr. with an uppercut as soon as the bell rang, hit the neutralizer, 1-2.4. Zack Sabre rose out of the ring. And I'm sorry to say this, but Zack Sabre is essentially the jobber to the stars. This was an excellent technical match. It went almost 20 minutes. Two different styles. Like Cesaro could be technical, but he can also be heavy hitter. We know how strong he is, and Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best technical wrestlers on the planet. He had counters for whatever Claudio was going to throw at him, especially with the power. We had an early arm injury with Claudio. He was able to overcome that, and Zack Sabre Jr. worked the ref, worked that count, making sure he doesn't get disqualified, but able to push and see how far he can take the ref. This was such a very, very good match. And Claudio won. So he'll be joining Eddie Kingston, Santana, Ortiz, and Jon Moxley for Blood and Guts on Wednesday. Next up, we had the Fatal 4-Way match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Switchblade Jay Wright defending against Adam Cole, Hangman Adam Page, and the Rainmaker himself, Kazuchika Okada. And the crowd was hot for this, straight from the jump, straight from the rip. They were ready. They were expecting awesomeness. And we got less than awesome, but very, very good excitement because this was a good match. This joint went 21 minutes, and just everybody did their part. What really hurt this match was the ending because it looked like Adam Cole really was hurt, and Jay White just pinned him. It just felt like that wasn't the ending, but Jay White saw that Adam Cole was hurt and he just ended the match. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Okada was all over the place. Hangman, for his credit, has been built up to be a major star. He did not feel out of place here. And the stare down between him and Okada makes me want this match. I mean, Moose got a match with Okada. That's no disrespect to Moose. But this was really, really good. I think Okada's probably flying straight back to Japan. Because, I mean, would Tony Khan give Okada a one-on-one match on Dynamite? Just here's Hangman versus Okada? But this was a solid match. Jay White retains because, of course, he was going to retain. He just got the championship. Why would he lose it? But that was fun. I'm hoping everything's all well and good with Adam Cole, baby. And lastly, our main events, the interim championship match. The match for the interim AEW World Title: Jon Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. If you heard, you fucked up early in the beginning of the match because there was a fight in the crowd and the cops were dragging your fan away. This joint started out slow, just really trying to get a feel for each other, and just to see what you can, really what you can put on your opponent. What can you give them? What can they take? What can they give you? What can you take? But once we kicked it into the second gear, things picked up, as you say, business picked up. Mox was brutal as usual. Tanahashi, he's the ace for a reason. Able to really wrestle circles around Jon Moxley. But the match really took a turn once Jon Moxley was cut open, because what's a Jon Moxley match without blood? What is a Jon Moxley match without blood? Did he even wrestle? But we have an interim AEW champion, which is Jon Moxley, after he hit the Death Rider on Tanahashi, and a great fun match. Definitely not my match of the night, but very, very good enough. I am really shocked that they put the championship on Moxley. He is the first ever two-time AEW World Champion. I mean, I'll say don't count it. He's the interim champion. After the match, JAS all ran out. Santana, Ortiz, Eddie all ran out, and JAS really got the advantage till Claudio came out to clear the ring. He hits Chase Parker with 20 revolutions on a big swing. JAS stood out the ring, yelled at Claudio. William Regal joined his squad, and that's how the show ended. But that is what just happened. I will say my match of the night is probably Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. Just thinking about it, probably Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy. The tag match, the triple threat tag match, is close. Same thing with the All-Atlantic Championship, but I'll probably go with Will Ospreay with Orange Cassidy. But that's what just happened. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Come back this Saturday for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast as we go over and preview Money in the Bank. But I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check me out on the socials, the 215 spelled out on Twitter, Charismatic Creations on Facebook, Tumblr, and YouTube, and the Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram. Peace.